Yeah, relatives, say good morning to you. Say thank you for coming over here. And I was kind of going around the room, shaking hands, looking at people, and all my native relatives. My I don't want to mention no names, embarrassing, but gee, me Chris, I was looking at these young girls here. Are these OGs, these old gals here? And man, they're looking younger and younger. I couldn't even believe it. Fountain of youth going on here. So I'll say thanks to Garen coming out here. He's going to be going live on Facebook. He's going to be going live on YouTube so you can get the message out. And then I called upon Brother Nate Bigfire to bless us this morning. Offer a word of prayer, say a few words, and then we have agenda. Mine here, the GM's going to give a welcome. Then on the agenda, there's a little change. Chairwoman Tori Kitchan won't be over here until tonight for the banquet. So Chairman be coming over here, giving a welcome, saying a few words. And I had to do a triple take because even Maggie and Oyate, they're sitting right here. I can't believe it. So say thank you for them for blessing us with their presence here this morning. So with that, I'm going to cut myself off, and I'll probably be talking about you later. Travis Mallory's here. I'll talk about him later too. But this time here, Nate, can you come up and take over for a little bit? Oh.
I want to greet you all. Good morning. Relatives of fatherhood and motherhood is sacred. And Terry asked me to come up here and say a prayer. So I represent the fatherhood and motherhood of Winnavegas. I work with Winnavegas alcohol program. My boss is here, Crystal, and then I work with LaDonna. And I could say that what I'm good at is I help motivate our people in recovery, and then I work with them through reconnecting our people spiritually through the historical and genocidal trauma that our people went through, and that's where I'm good at. I'm not a medicine man or a holy man or anything like that, but I like to pray. And I pray the way my grandfathers have taught me on my Lakota side and my Ho Chunk side and my Cheyenne side. So I grew up around the pipe, and I grew up around a Native American church. And then I went and experienced drinking and drugging and life on a reservation like that. And I went to prison for domestic assault and through alcohol and drugs, and I lost my family. And then I made a turnaround in prison, and I utilized the teachings that my grandfathers and my grandmothers taught me when I was younger. And then I asked Creator to help me. I asked creation to help me. I asked Grandma to help me. And because I was tired of the way that I was living, drinking, drugging, waking up, hanging over. So when I did that, I made a prayer and I asked Creator to help me, and then we went on a long journey. And then I did 3.5 years in Leavenworth. And then so when I went to Leavenworth, I asked I went and I told the what do you call them, the bosses in there, and I told them that I wanted to change my life, that I was tired of this lifestyle that I was living in, and I didn't want to be coming back through these doors again. So with that, then they said, yeah. And so then I started my journey, and the way that I asked Creator to heal me was through our traditional way of life. And so I started taking classes and knowing myself, bettering myself, understanding myself, and I learned to love myself through doing that. And I learned self love. And so when I did that, and then they were watching me, the brothers were watching me, and then they asked me to take care of the pipe. And then through growing up to the pipe and watching my grandfathers and my dad and my grandmas, they're all pipe keepers, they're traditional. And I knew what kind of lifestyle that you have to live. You have to put the people ahead of you, and you have to care for people. And you have to have love and compassion. And that's a very, very, very scary thing when you're used to one way, and then you can just kind of sit off to the side and let your grandpas do the work and let your uncles do the work and get in there and help every now and then. And that's what I was used to. So through that, I called all the brothers down to the where we pray at, and then I asked them. I told them, I said, I ain't nobody. I said, but there's some people here. I think I should take care of this pipe. I said, I won't do it unless you all agree to it. I said, and if somebody else wants to do it, I said, I will help them. I said, so they said, we're going to give you 1 week. I said, and then they went back to their dormitories. And then they came back and they all agreed that take care of the pipe for them and take care of the prayers for them. And then I have a Tahanshi Kills in Water, Ronald Kills in Water, and he jumped up and he said, I'm gonna help you, brother. He said, I'm gonna sing for you. I'm gonna teach you. So I said, okay. So it took me 28 sweats before I could sing and do everything myself. He showed me. We sat, and then when I first connected the pipe together, the representing the man and the woman, like that, my life changed, and then I've been doing that ever since. And I came home. When I came home, I stayed within that circle, within that whole choka. My grandma Betty, my choka Frank, my brother Dan, my choka Bob, and my grandma Weha. I stayed within their circle, within the elders, and I took into what they were teaching and what they wanted us to know. And so I've been there, and then I apply that to my life now. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit more before I make this prayer, because there's a lot of things I can talk on: family, violence, abuse, sexual abuse, all that we go through as Native American people. But I'll talk more about that. But last year we were sitting in sweat, and we're all praying. We have a sweat family, and we're all praying. We're always in there praying, doing things for the people. And it talked in my ear, and they told me, the children. Now focus on the children. So all this, I took my sweat down, and then the sweat at the halfway house. And so when we put them up this year, this spring, when the grandpas came back, I started involving the children in what I was doing. And slowly through time, we have been disconnected as a culture and as a people through our spiritual way of life, through our old way of life. And so it's going to take a lot of time. We all know that. Patience and understanding. But to fight alcohol and drugs through the young minds, we have to teach our children and take time with them. The older we are as people, it's harder for us to heal. in recovery because of the things that we go through. So now they showed me, the grandfathers and the grandma showed me, we have to start with our little ones and start teaching them and balancing that trauma with the grandfathers and our spiritual way of life. Like that. They showed me that. So that's what I'm learning this year, and that's what I'm going to start doing this year. And then I have brothers, and one of my sisters are here, and we're always praying, and we even doing depression and suicide. We help some of our younger generations, some of our younger people do that within our Sweat Lodge circle. So it's efficient and it works, and it brings our people back into the culture, and then even our people in the recovery, and then pretty soon they're like, hey, I'm Native, I'm Ho-Chunk, I'm Lakota, I'm Cheyenne, I'm Navajo, I'm Indian, and that encourages them. So with our program, sometimes we directly go into the homes and we help them, and then we're still helping our people that have been in recovery for 2 years out. We just don't put them in there and go to treatment. But through our alcohol program, we still help them get to their appointments and do things and encourage them, and through our Native way of life. So with just a little bit of that, I wanna share that part of what I do for a Creator and for our tribe, for our people, for Grandma, for the Spirit Nation. And then my grandma always tells me, he said, when you talk about the grandfathers and the chokas up above, you always burn sage because they're that holy. So whenever I do that, then I burn sage because we're going to talk about them, because they help us heal. They help us understand. We can never get in front of that tobacco. We can never get in front of their prayer. I was taught. I'm still learning. I still have grandmas that teach me a lot. And I still have grandfathers that teach me a lot. So with that, I'm gonna make a short prayer, and I'm gonna sage off the directions. With me, there's 7 directions. In the west is the Thunder Beans. And then the Horse Nation I was raised. And then to the north is the Buffalo Nation. And then to the east is the Elk Nation and the Black-tailed Deer Nation. Are holy. They bless off the water. To the south is the Owl Nation. A lot of people are scared of the Owl Nation, but they're really powerful. They take care of the spiritual doorway, that ghost road. When our relatives leave, they guard that. They guard the doorway from when the baby spirits come and the babies are born. They guard that doorway for Creator. And then up above is the Eagle Nation, the Wingets. They carry our prayer to Creator, to creation. Wambly Gushka, the spotted tail. And then down below is Grandma, the Gopher and the Mole Nation, the medicine, the herbs. Many way out there. Ni Wakanchunk, the blood of Grandma, like that. Then the 7th direction is yourself. So after I get done saging them off, and then I'm gonna come and sage you off, because we're real powerful. The 7th direction, the universe. Some even say that. And then what you put out into the universe, you get back. And then some people, I'm having a hard time in life, and all this and that. And then we have to take a look and see what's around you. Why are you having a hard time in life? Why is it hard? That's what we're putting out. We receive that back in. And sometimes you always want to see, man, that person has a lot of nice things, a lot of beautiful things. Well, look and see what that person's doing. That person, a praying person, acknowledging Creator, acknowledging creation, acknowledging our culture, acknowledging our way of life, helping the people, benefit the people. I always heard that in my home, my grandmother and my grandfather. benefit the people. It's a whole chunk saying, and I hear it a lot. Keto, help one another stand up. Help one another stand up. And so with that, and then I just a little bit why I'm saging off, and then I'm gonna come and sage each and every one of you personally, because we're all that special. Some people just stand up and go like that, but I was taught no, you do it each and individually. So I'm gonna say just a little prayer, and just say thank you for all you people taking time out of your life, coming in here, and then sharing your knowledge and your wisdom that you have. And so maybe we could all take a bit of piece of that, and then take it home to our families and apply it to our families and our life, and then make our children smile. Because our children are always praying for us, no matter what. Even when our backs are turned, when we're in addiction, they're always praying. So a lot of us have recovered and are on the red road because of our children and our grandmothers and our moms praying for us. Thank you. I want to say thank you and thank you for your patience and time. Aho.
Okay, say thank you to Nate, and Nate's going to be talking on the agenda there. And so now I'm going to call Crystal Snowball up here. She's the director of the alcohol program. And I'll give credit to Crystal, LaDonna, for making this happen this year. I was going to have a conference this year because I didn't do anything with my Brotherhood, the Sacred Boys basketball team, my sisterhood, the Sacred Girls basketball team. So kind of going to take a break this year here. LaDonna, she lit the fire, got everything going. Everything came together. So I'll say shout out to the alcohol program for stepping up. And Pete Snowball's not here. I always tell that Pete Snowball story, but he's not here yet. So I'm going to save that for tonight. And when Bear's Crystal should be turning red. But I'm going to save that story for later. But Crystal, when you come up, give a welcome, please. Ho.
I'm gonna take my time because my brother's son, Craig Cleveland Jr., he's down on the agenda for an honor song, and he teaches the Ho Chunk language at the Winnavegas Public School. So he goes at 8 o'clock in the morning, and he's flying over here to get here to sing for us. And I kept texting him, "Where you at? Where you at?" You know, and he said, "I just pulled up." So he'll be walking in this morning, and I just wanted to greet everybody. Um, a very good morning. You know, we had the blessings from the rains today, this morning, and we had a beautiful walk yesterday down at our river. They had a honoring of Cozy Decora Memorial Walk, and it's been a long time since I even went down to the river. I'm in my office all day, you know, and I start driving down there. I was like, oh my gosh, look at these trees. It's so beautiful. Where have I been? Sitting in the office, you know, and a lot of you know that have office jobs. We don't get that opportunity, you know, get up in the morning, get over to the office, do what we have to do, go home, cook and clean, do the same thing over and over. You know, we don't get to have that opportunity to see Mother Nature in all her glory, you know, and we're privileged to live amongst all those trees. You know, a lot of times you know, before this pandemic, we were able to travel and go different places, and I would take clients out to Nipsac out in Gordon, Nebraska. I didn't see a tree or a car for miles and miles. It's just flat desert. I kind of thought I was in Arizona for a while because there was just sand, you know, in all of those nature. I love nature, looking at little birds, and we have cardinals that fly around our office, and we have little trees right out the back door. And I said, "You guys hear that?" Every time I hear one, and they're all, "What?" "I hear a cardinal. I hear a blue jay," and I jump up and try to go look for it. And I'm looking in the trees, and those are all wonderful things for us to grasp onto. You know, that Mother Nature and all the animals. You know, they greet us. You know, whether we're listening to them or not, they're there for us. You know, and I just want to welcome you all, and thank you for coming. Thank Al Pooley, you know, the Salt River Pima, the Fatherhood is Sacred, Motherhood is Sacred. You know, you guys came long ways to be with us, and I'm so glad you're here. You know, you get to go all over Indian country. Well, even before this pandemic, you got to go to all over Indian country, see all the beautiful brown faces, you know, and I'm so happy that you guys get to share your information about motherhood and fatherhood. And my husband, Pete, is one of the facilitators. And he said one time they had a presentation up at the public school, And he said, I just wanted to know what that was all about. And they start talking about fatherhood is sacred. And he said, that's what we need. That's what Winnebago needs, for the fathers to get in there and participate, um, to get that back. A lot of times we see the moms. The moms are the main ones. Get up in the morning, get the kids ready, take them to school, take them to doctor, feed them, do everything, And the dads, they miss out on all of that, that opportunity to be with their children, you know, do all those things, cook for them, clean, do all those things and teach them stuff about life, because a lot of times our children, they come into this world, we don't have directions or instructions. Oh, what does it say right here? What do we do in this? There's no instructions. We just kind of wing it. We have, some of us are lucky to have our mom and dad or our grandparents around. They can help us, but some of them have passed into the spirit world. And so what we're left with is our relatives, our aunties, our sisters, and trying to get our lives back together with, trying to live this good way of life, the the path to recovery, for alcohol and drugs. We touch on our clients, they really touch our lives, and we wanted to thank you guys for coming here, and sharing your information. It's going to be vital, that sobriety to our Indian people is vital. That's what's going to make us live. That's what's going to make our children live, and we want that. We want that good way of life for our families and our children. But I want to thank you and welcome you this morning. And good to see my Tunny here. So I wanted to let Terry introduce him properly. Thank you. Pinagigi.
Thank you. Okay, relatives, before I introduce Tunny, and on the agenda, Mayan Beltran here is a general manager. And, over the years, Mayan, man, he blesses us every year. He blesses me. He serves the people. He's a man of action. And every year he pulls it together, makes things available, come out here and feeds me, take care of my Salt River people, him and Nadina. And before the pandemic, 2 years ago, Mayan shut it down. We was going to go to Arizona for the NABI, National Native American Basketball Invitational. We're kind of running short on funds. This conference here and my Brotherhood basketball tournament is our two big fundraisers when we travel. And going to Arizona, taking probably a party of 15 boys that are all buffet champions. It's hard to feed them every day. And so Mayan blessed me. He said, one year we were short. Mayan said, T, how much you need? I'm going to shut it down. Mayan shut the casino. He didn't really shut the casino down, but there was like 485 employees. And Mayan ordered 500 Fatherhood and Motherhood is Sacred t-shirts on the back, Winnavegas on the front. So those people, they took shifts, 3 hours in the morning, Monday, 3 hours in the afternoon, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I got to talk to everyone, got to stand over there, touch them, and that's what he did. The Fatherhood, Motherhood, Sacred program here, Winnavegas. I think Maya and I actually made the National Indian Gaming magazine. We was on there all shined up, looking good that year. And so since then, that we was the only casino that have done that, and then others followed suit on down to Santee. So I kind of got into the gaming industry, and my talk was spirituality empowerment. And that's what mine does. I tell Winnavegas, the friendly casino, I don't care if you're the GM, you're the dishwasher, is telling the people when you walk through that door, what I say? Be a blessing to the people. Good attitude, smiling, being kind, being respectful. But sometimes what happens, you turn around, someone's stabbing you in the back. Don't come through here lazy. Maybe hanging over, bring everything in here. So a lot of the people really embrace that talk. They really paid attention, and they listen. And so Mayan, like I said, that's how he is. He helped me out, helped the kids out, and that's how he does here. So every year he makes it happen. So let's give Mayan a big round of applause. Oh.
I'd like to say good morning to everybody. Um, Terry, thank you for that great introduction. Um, I also want to thank Nate for that introduction and that prayer this morning. That was great. And Crystal, thank you for the welcome. As you said, I'm the general manager here. I've been here about 6.5 years now at Winnavegas Casino Resort, and we truly believe in what is being taught here and the message that's going out. So we are honored to be able to present this and be part of these seminars and conferences and discussions because we believe in it. So as Terry said, about a year and a half, 2 years ago, we were able to provide that for all the casino team members here. We made it a mandatory training to go through this to understand what the teachings are of our people and our tribe. And so it's an honor to be able to do this. And thank you for honoring me with being able to welcome everybody here. So on behalf of Winnavegas Casino Resort, the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska, welcome to Winnavegas. Treat it as your home, your family here, just like our team members are family here. So, enjoy the facility, the food, the teachings, and, I'm going to be pretty short here. I just wanted to welcome you to Winnavegas today and enjoy what's going on and each other. And thank you again. Travel safe to all the ones that made their trip all the way here to Sloan, Iowa and Winnebago Reservation, and safe travels home as well. So good morning to everybody and enjoy. Oh,
Okay, thank you, Mayan. And before Tony's back there, I'm going to call him up here in a minute. But Tony, he's just a young leader. He's like a young elder. I don't want to embarrass him, but back in the day, all these ones now, even Garen Coons over here is communications director for the Winnebago Tribe. So this is going live on YouTube and live on Facebook right now. So Garen, maybe during the conference you can get a close up of some of these greasy faces out here. I see some of them shining already. So I'm going to do that and say that to him. Then Tony, in Indian country over this way, we always start out with the prayer with the cedar, saging, blessing, cedar, sage, tobacco, and sweetgrass. We use those medicines to heal us, our mind, body, and spirit. Last night I took my Pima relatives to the sweat, and we prayed and we sweated. And then today that rain came down. I was out there getting that blessing here. So Tony here, he's going to honor us with the honor song here, what's going to be taking place. And then tonight at the banquet, I called upon the Perry Creek Seniors, the drum. There's a young man coming down from Minnesota and some from Santee. They're going to bless us with the song. And we use sage here this evening. Every time we do something like this, that significance, when you get that blessing, everything that's inside you goes up to the Creator. Maybe you want to send a message over there. Nate talked about the all nation. All of our spirit relatives come around at a time like this. And at a time like this, the relatives are proud of you doing what you're doing here. But at the same time, when you're out there drinking, drugging, whatever you're doing, your spirit relatives come around shedding tears of sadness and how you carry yourself over here. So with that, Tony, thank you for being here and going to honor us here, maybe with the word and a song. Ahoo.
Ya Jean Hanan Sha Wajoki Waniwina Hanan Chisha Kishina Hanichara Haipin. Yo, Hinikada given. Higo Egi de Egi a Hochang Rajra Mahidu Karaga Wa Jena. Egi a Maikate Rajra Craig Cleveland Jr. Ga Wa Jena. Higo Egi Higo Egi Wajoki Wahana. Tanaga Higaidi. Igi Chekchi Yaki Karatshan. Naga Igi Kono Hijan Wa Jena. Naga Igi Jajeski ne Shot. Hochie Ja Igi Hachina. Naga Igi Jajeski Hochunk ne Shochida Igi Howaji. Igi Hego Igi Jajeski Hambra Hamde ni Juna. Wa Igi Namshan. Naga Igi Jajeski. Jige egi hijan kishna hambra pi gacha ya egi jajeski yadin egi jajeski de hego egi ni hochang ni shojra mana wanina egi hijan kishna egi rajira pi gacha Jajeske egi hegon de hamte egi hi anch wakan chunkshan. Heske hedanai. De egi jajeske hegon non hamte nanchke pi wanji hajina. Before I go any further, I want to ask my older male relatives, excuse me, here this morning, and then my Wangshish Akwahan, my elders, and got a lot of Kunikas here. And so once again, I want to say thank you to God, first of all, for this day, this beautiful blessing here upon the creation, the Nina Wakan Chunkshan, the holy full rain. He blessed us here this morning, and it's a beautiful morning, beautiful day, and here upon creation here with us. And God will make any of this possible if it weren't for Him, the Great Spirit. And I want to say thank you to ones who sponsored this this wonderful event here. What I said in the Ho Chunk language, He Unch Wakanchunkshana, Fatherhood is sacred. That's how I was thinking about that here this morning. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Craig Cleveland Jr., what I said in the Ho Chunk language. I come from the Buffalo Clan people of the Ho Chunk Nisho Chochita and the Winnavegas tribe of Nebraska. And I am the firstborn son of 4. And and my clan duties were the village criers of the chiefs, and we tell the news to the people. We don't really go cry around like crybabies, and tell the news to the people. And so thought I'd make mention of that. And like I said, in the Wajoki Wahan Tani Higaiden, my relatives, they call me Tani. And so just a little bit of info on me. And here today, for the next few days here, they asked render a song that I'm thinking about that come to my mind. Egi wiwewi hiraida ji. Egi de jajeske nawa de egi nawa jajeske nawa hikchenen egi wogi khate aide. Love one another. That's what the song says. It talks about. Egi jajeske shukjunk hochka. Skireja ide. A long time ago, Ho Chunks, we had a chief. His name was Grey Wolf. And one of our chiefs, when he was on his last, coming down to his last breath of life, coming back from war, his name is Hunuga, Chief Little Priest. And he told his his older brother, Shungjank Khochka, he said, told him that, he said his last words to his brother was love one another. And he said that. So I thought I'd make mention of that here this morning, here at this time, on this wonderful day here. So, woki kate wine, ane no yo hey, hey wino, woki kate wine, ane no yo hey yo. Shok chok koch ka have no yo hey wino, woki kate wine, ane no yo hey wino, woki kate wine, ane no yo hey wino, woki kate wine, ane no yo hey yo. Shok chok koch ka have no yo hey wino, woki kate wine, ane no yo hey wino, woki kate wine, ane no yo hey wino, woki kate wine, ane no yo yo. Huh. If I could say one thing only to our children of Hianchwa Conjunction of Fatherhood is to show our kids to love one another. Oki katewine. Jegon kira.
Okay, relatives. So yeah, thank you for turning here. And on the agenda here tomorrow and next few days, be representatives from Rosecrans Jackson to be talking. Shane Frisk, the director of state of Nebraska at DHS, is coming over here. Then I want to recognize my two girls here, Patty and Sarah here, the probation officers, and they went into the sweat the other day. And they made it in. They made it all the way. I guess it's a real hot one, boy. And so they brought the Nebraska probation staff in there to experience that. And we had some speakers. My nephew, Jim Hallam, he poured the water for them. And that's what I tell the non-native people. In order to work with native people, you got to understand them. You got to listen to them. You got to go native. You know, years ago, when I was a city boy, urban Indian back in the day. So, you know, back in my day, I used to be like mine, all suited up, GQ, you know, looking sharp. Now, look at it, I went native because that's the message. This Native American Fatherhood, Motherhood Sacred Program. We got the man himself here, Al Pooley, made his presence here today. And, you know, Al, he's international now. International, just like Pitbull. Put that song on, international. So he made his way over here, and he took time to come over here. We had a good meal last night. And so I thank Patty here for being here. Then there's going to be some other representatives over here. So on the agenda, we still got 15 minutes to go. But on the agenda, there was no break. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, and then where's Isaac at? Isaac's over here. He's ready to go. He's my nephew. He's going to be talking. But real quick, I'm going to send this mic around. Just introduce yourself and say where you're from. Go real fast. Ho.
My name is Patty Line. I'm the Chief Probation Officer in District 6 Probation, and thank you very much, Terry, for this invite and just the opportunity to learn more about the Native culture.
Sarah Gorsuch, I'm the Juvenile Supervisor for District 6 Probation.
Hello, my name is Mark Blackhawk. I'm from Winnavegas. I'm a direct descendant of Little Priest and Grey Wolf. And I'm glad to be here, glad to see all you here.
Good morning, I'm Maggie Miller, and I am the Winnebago Tribe Child Support Case Manager.
Hihani Washte, I'm Oyate Means. I'm the Program Manager for our Child Support Program here with the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska.
Real quick, these two girls right here, I'm in the office with them, my probation, I'm right next to them. And these girls are Amazon women. Ayate, you know, they're like my daughters. And so every time Ayate takes my truck, when I get back in the truck, I can't even reach the pedal. I can't even reach the pedal, so they always do, but they always serve me. They always bless me, so I want to recognize that. They came out today. Good one. Oh. I'll talk about these two here, too. Hold on.
Good morning. My name is Emma Bear Comes Out. I'm a tribal liaison for the Iowa Department of Human Services.
Good morning. I'm Lydia Roulard. I'm from the Santee Sioux tribe, and I am a Sioux City community member. Oh my God. Should I say it all again? I'm Lydia Roulard. I'm from Santee Sioux, and I am a Sioux City member, community member.
Sioux City, Iowa, these two here, my daughters, they wait on me, hand and foot. So I told Lydia, be ready when I give you that sign. So that's how they are, blessing me every day. Oh, good one.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shiera Knoyer. I'm a member of the Yankton Sioux tribe in South Dakota, but I've had the pleasure of working for the Winnebago tribe for the past 7 years. I'm currently the Human Services Director. I've been a Motherhood is Sacred facilitator since 2012, had the chance to be trained with Al, and actually had a class last night, and the theme that kept coming out as the women were sharing, and we do this over Zoom. This is our first set of classes for this past year that we've been doing through Zoom. So I was worried about the connection that we were going to be able to make, because it is such a people person, and I connect to people when I get to be in their presence. But through Zoom, they kept saying, this is a safe space. I feel like this is a safe space. And one of the women, I know the conference is about substance abuse this year, and she was in treatment. And she said, I had to fight today. I was kind of feeling down. I had to fight for her ability to be in the class that evening, because the treatment center she was in was having another, they were having another class or activity that they wanted her to go to. And last week we were going through session 8, and it was about wisdom and courage and understanding and all of those things. And I always get teared up. I get emotional when I talk about this, because I'm really passionate about motherhood is sacred and fatherhood is sacred. But she was kind of getting herself worked up, and she said, I'm calm now. This is a safe space. And I'm glad I fought for myself to be able to, I'm glad I had that courage to stand up and say that I really wanted to be here. And that's part of her recovery. And these, although it's not like a recovery program, it kind of is. And some treatment centers and some treatment programs allow them to come to these meetings. The meetings that I've been able to facilitate, they allow them to come and use that for their recovery meeting for that week, because it is helpful to them in that way. And another, sorry, I get a little bit emotional, but another lady last night was having a real hard time, and she said, I felt like I didn't want to be here anymore. I didn't want to be here anymore today, and I kind of wanted to give up. And she said, I'm so thankful for this group, because I was looking forward to it. And she's a recurring, she came back. She came through the session before, and she comes back when she needs it for support. So she always stays on our list. But she said, I've been listening, and then she stood up, she raised her hand in the little Zoom, and she wanted to share. And that took a lot for her to share and say those things. But she said, this is a safe space, and that's part of her healing. And that's what, she shared with us that really helped her that evening. And I just wanted to share that much, because that just happened last night, and I was really touched by that. And I love facilitating Motherhood is Sacred, and I'm so glad I get to be here this year. Terry is always bugging me about not being able to come, because I attend the National Indian Child Welfare Conference. It's usually he always schedules it for that time. But I don't want to take up too much more time. I wanted to say that much, because I'll have time on Friday. I'm wrapping up the conference this year. Thanks, Terry.
Okay, real quick, too, let her go ahead, sit down. Shiara, she knows, man, I swear to God, man, she never used to return my call, emails, nothing. Finally, she called me and said, Shiara, I swear to God, man, I feel like a bill collector. Trying to reach out to you now. Now she blessed me When I text her, she texted me, boom, instantaneously. She's texting me. She called me back. Then DHS, they're also a sponsor of the conference this year. They're going to be providing, I think, the banquet meal tonight. But yeah, Shar, she has a heart of gold. Look at tears come out right now. That's how passionate we are for our people we serve. So, Shar, God bless you. Thank you. Love you. Oh, now, hold on, Jackie. Oh, go ahead.
He's got a story for each and every one of us, I guarantee you. So I am Jackie Little George. I'm a member of the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska. I work with Human Services, and I am the license and support person specialist for what I do is I recruit foster families. We work on guardianships as well as the fostering and training and that. And I mentioned to Terry earlier this morning, I remember our very first Fatherhood conference that we had here. We had it at the Winnebago High School that year. And so there was a number of us in that, and it was a really good turnout, and I'm glad that it's really continued since then. And to share that passion with everyone. And not only trying to recruit families for foster parenting and stuff like that, because there's a really there's I did good, but there's I have that passion, and I always have for many, many years, even as a young child. And I credit my mom and my grandma for that, just because of the history that we had and things that we had gone through. But because of their love, their compassion, always helping children, always helping women, always helping families, and that's just something that stayed with me throughout all the years. And I've made it my life mission to do the things that I can do as well. So the work history I have with the tribe, a lot of people know that through the tribal court and through, with CASA and with domestic violence and with hospice, just doing anything that I can to help all ages. With my church, I work what we call primary. It gives me the opportunity to help teach our children. So they touch my heart. So with this program, to be able to hear what's offered to our fathers and to our mothers, I always want to be a part of that in helping as many women as possible and helping our children as much as possible. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Who?
Oh, what's the story?
Okay, at that, I'm gonna give it a break. See, look at it. See, the Spirit is here. I say that. Our relatives, they walk around with a broken heart, broken spirit. Sometimes that heart shattered to pieces, but the Spirit there, those tears come out, cleansing. Good one. Love it. Oh.
Good morning, guys. My name is Mark Pooley from Arizona. I'm very honored and happy to be here with you guys, and hope to get to know all of you over the next 3 days. So thank you.
I'd like to say good morning to everyone. My name is Angie Walker. I'm from the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska. I am currently employed with the Winnebago Human Services under the Preserve and Native Families Unit, and I'm also facilitator of ELS programs. Fatherhood and Motherhood is Sacred, as well as linking generations by strengthening families, and then also addressing family violence and abuse. And then I'm also a facilitator for men's re-education and the Women's Turning Point, but lately I prefer ELS. I've noticed quite a few individuals that I've worked with, whether they came out of prison or whether they're just a community member, that they get a lot more out of EL's Addressing Family Violence and Abuse curriculum. So I want to say thank you, El, for being here, and thank you, Terry, and all, LaDonna, Crystal, everybody that had a hand in everything here, Mayan, Tunny, everybody who sang and prayers and all the different things. I was really thankful to join these 3 days coming, and so I want to say thank you to each and every one of you.
Good. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Juanita Whitego. There's my DDU family. I work at DDU going on 3 years. I have guardianship of 4 grandchildren, and their ages 3, 6, 9, and 10. I had them now for 2 years. Sorry about that. I'd like to say thank you for your prayer, Nate. Thank you for everything and the people that are had a hold of this program. Thank you for the gift, the sage that came just in time because I am completely out of sage. And I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's here and to you for inviting everybody. My mother-in-law here, Betty, LaDonna, thank you for being there when I needed you. And I'd like to say thank you to Mark Pooley for coming here and visiting us, Al. And I'd just like to say that thank you for listening and your time. Thank you.
Honey P. My name is Elizabeth Blackhawk White, and I'm here representing my husband Frank White also. And I'm retired from all these programs. I feel like I had a hand in a lot of their careers. And I thank you for that opportunity. And right now, since I'm retired, I have taken up duties as a church member and of our Native American church. I'm a secretary for about 4 years now, and recently was nominated to be a candidate at large for the National Native American Church of North America. So I'm still going. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name's LaDonna. I'd like to thank Creator for putting all these wonderful people in my life. And I want to make special mention to, I feel like she's my daughter, Denise. I'm so glad to have her with me, to be part of my life, and looking forward to the rest of the conference with y'all. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Isaac Yellowbank. I'm a whole chunk from the Winnavegas tribe in Nebraska. I'm a prevention specialist up at the Youth Crisis Intervention Center. We work under the Youth Resiliency Intervention Program grant. We're tasked for bringing a comprehensive cultural curriculum to the community, to the reservation. And it's taken out a little longer than we wanted to, but I think it's going to be rich when it gets here. We're going to use the Generation Red Road aspect and then use that cultural aspect and tradition aspect with Carlos up at GR. The awesome thing about it is a Lakota way of teaching, contemporary, but with the help of Blue Saints here and Tunney, we're going to convert that program to Ho Chunk way of life. So that's the interesting thing we got going on right now up at the YCIC. So thank you.
My name is Jamie Moore. I work at the YCIC. I'm actually work with the Winnebago Tribal Court, but I'm stationed at the YCIC. I'm a youth victim advocate.
My name is John Smith. Come from the Thunder Clan. I'm a whole chunk from across the river over here, Winnebago, Nebraska. I'm glad to be here today. Been talking to Terry all this time. He keeps inviting me over to the things, but I never make it. But I'm glad I made it today. And thank Terry. I thank Tony for the song. My good friend Nate for the blessing this morning.
My name is Pauline Ewing, and I'm from Winnebago, and I'm thankful to be here. And I want to thank Tony for that beautiful song.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Al Pooley. I'm from Arizona, and Terry's my father over here. I just want to say the one thing about Terry. He was the first person to go through our Fatherhood Sacred Program training in Arizona, and he's taken the mantle run with it for the past years. I'm so proud of this man. I love him dearly, and all of you here that I've worked with in the past. I'm so blessed to be back here in Winnebago. I'd like to get to know all of you while I'm here, and so it's really a privilege to be here. Thank you once again.
John. Good one.
I'd like to say good morning to each and every one of you. My name is David Pratt. I'm Alchemist Altum. Come from Gila River Indian Reservation in Arizona. I'm very glad to be here. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Chester Mack. I'm also from Salt River. Oh, from Salt River, not Gila River. I'm glad to come here, be here. Very happy to be here. You guys treat me like family when we get here, and it's very welcoming. I like it a lot. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Virginia Mack. I'm one of the facilitators for Salt River. I too am from Salt River, so thank you for having us. It's been an honor with all the, all the gifts that Terry has been offering. The sweat and also this conference. It's always refreshing to hear other people's stories and to help other people as well. Thank you. Have a good day.
Chester Mack. He's the Mac Daddy. Chester Mack, hands down, West Coast champion, buffet champion. But since there's no buffets, he's going to have to retire that title. So I just wanted to mention that. Oh.
Hainupi, Hijakishina, Hinikaragiwina, Sasha Riversga, Hingarina. It's been a while since I've spoke, so I'm a little nervous right now. Sorry, I apologize for that. Good morning. I greet each and every one of you. My name is Sasha Rivers, and I work with the Winnebago Domestic Violence Program. I am an advocate. Thanks.
Good morning. My name is Nikki Rogers. I'm from Winnebago, and I'm a domestic violence advocate with the Domestic Violence Program in Winnebago.
Good morning. I'm Dawn Ballinger. I'm a Winnebago tribal member, and I work for the Domestic Violence Program as a DV/SA advocate / cultural planner for when I will be holding groups for all the victims after COVID is completely lifted, so we can have groups. Thank you.
Hainupi. My name is Denise Milford. I work for Atlas of Winnebago. It's a nonprofit organization where LaDonna mentored me, and we went through Motherhood is Sacred like 20 times, I think. And every time we go through it, even today, still learn something about myself. Others learn something and take it home. I have people come to Motherhood is Sacred that have gone through it before, and they're bringing their grandchildren, they're bringing their children. So it's getting out there. And I want to say we're the second ones to, I think it was a domestic violence that started the Motherhood is Sacred, was it? And then, then Atlas. So I'm glad to see you guys all here. God bless your homes and your loved ones.
Oh.
Hello, my name is Ashley Wolf, and I'm a Winnebago tribal member, and I've been through the Motherhood is Sacred program before, so it helps me reflect on current situations, and it helps a lot, and it feels good to be here. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jewel Starr. I'm Santee and 3 affiliated tribal member. I'm a Sioux City community member. I'm just glad to be here. Thank you.
I say good morning to everyone, and I'm glad to see this many people here. My name is Winona Armel, and I'm from the Winnebago tribe. I work with Denise at the Atlas program, and get to hear a lot of the Motherhood is Sacred, and I took the course, and so old as I am, I still learn all the time. So I'm glad to be a part of that, and glad to be here today. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kendria. I work with the DDU in Winnebago, and I'm the mental health specialist.
Good morning. My name is Rodney Sewell. I am a new employee with Winnebago DDU, and happy to be here today. I'm a maintenance worker.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Lisa Bass. I work at the DDU, Drug Dependency Unit in Winnebago, and I'm also a member of the Winnebago Tribe of Nebraska, and I am also a facilitator of the Fatherhood, Motherhood program. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Brooke Bass, and I cook for DDU, and I'm honored and blessed to be here finally.
Real quick, these girls right here, Lisa's dad, Marcus Bass, my brother, he passed on. And we go back, Winnebago Woolwonks basketball team traveled, played ball for, 40 years. And so Brooks' dad, Vince, brother, same thing. The brotherhood, the Woolwonks, to this day, we even still get together and reminisce. But back in the day, and we was playing basketball, playing softball, Brooke and Lisa used to be there in a sandbox and dirty Pampers on. Now they grew up, they're good mothers, everything. I was trying to get that in. Oh.
Good morning. My name is Travis Mallory. I come from the Mallory Decorah Earth and White, addressing family violence through Lincoln, Nebraska, and Walt Hill and Macy. That we're starting up. I'd want to thank Crystal, your crew, for putting this on. I didn't think it was going to go on this year. I was really happy to hear that you guys did this. LaDonna, Denise, thanks for doing this and greeting us when we got here. That really was comforting. Thank all of you for showing up, and my brother Nate for that prayer. Tunny for them words and that song. I really, it's been a while since I heard that one. It was good. And special thanks to Al for blessing us with his presence. When he walks in, we always say, all rise. Here comes Al. Come off that first class flight. Thank you for Terry for telling me about this, inviting me here, begging me to come here. But Terry put fatherhood in my mind probably in 2003 or something like that. And finally, I think it was about 3 years ago, maybe, Al, when I went out to, was it Wyoming? Yeah. So I'm really happy that I'm part of this fatherhood family. It changed my life, my family's life. I'm a father of 7. It really helped me through the stuff I was going through. And like probably each and every one of you said, that no matter how many times you go through that book, something always resonates and helps you and uplifts you. So I really appreciate, Al, you creating this. Like you said, it's Native American 101. It's the stuff we all know, but Al was gracious enough to put that in a book for us and some kind of order for us to be able to go back to. So thank you guys for all showing up. I appreciate you guys. Oh.
Hello, everybody. My name's Michelise Kai. I am half Winnebago and half Navajo. I am a Winnebago Enrolled member. I come from the Eagle Clan, the Whitewater family. This is my first time being here, so I'm looking forward to learning everything about this conference. So I'm looking forward to meeting new people as well. So thank you.
Early this morning at 6 o'clock, she's blowing my messenger up. T, can I come out? T, can I come out? And she made it out. Good one. Ho.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Manuel Monez. I'm from Walt Hill, Nebraska, and I'm employed at the public school there. I'm a paraprofessional, and I coach girls and boys basketball. And I'm also an aspiring facilitator for the Fatherhood program. I take the course with Travis and Walt Hill. And that's about all I got. I hope everybody enjoys themselves.
Good one. Okay, I say, did I miss anybody? Where's Callie Snow? Oh, there she is. Try to sneak in, that bright pink.
Thank you. I want to welcome Al
Chester, David, uh, G- Regina, Virginia. Thank you for coming all this way to Winnebago, the casino, and I just really glad that this conference um, was our first conference that we brought back after we got shut down, and it it's a true blessing to have motherhood is here. My departments are table games and security, and I took the agenda and I told my staff, I said, any one of these speakers that you want to come see, uh, go ahead and come, during that time. Because I remember the words that were said to them when we had the conference here, and how just a small um, uh, talk about fatherhood and motherhood, how it changed their lives and changed my life too. So I'm so blessed that Terry and Trav and Vivian's not here, but they took me into the tribal court family. So that's where I got to be a part of be a facilitator and such. But my career changed, so now I'm out here and working with Mayan. He's my general manager, and everything we do, even though it's about making revenue to help support our tribe, everything that we do is geared towards helping our co-workers, our employees. And we always say to them, you don't work for me, you don't work for Mayan, you don't work for the tribe. We all work together. We're a team. We work with each other. But when you go home and you open that front door and those grandchildren come running to you, those children come running to you, your spouse comes running to you, that's who you're working for. So, we always talk about those things to each other and to our staff. But just so grateful to have you all here. And I hope you enjoy the next 3 days. And if you need anything, just give us a call. We're here for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. And, Kelly is my little sister. That's how I do it. I make relationships. I got brothers, sisters from Arizona. Come over here. Just want to be in my presence here. So God bless you. We're going to be hanging out here, doing some serious eating next few days. So we ran over just a little bit, but it's okay. I didn't know. I looked at the agenda. We got an hour for lunch. I made an hour for lunch just for Chester. Go hour. So we're going to just take 10 minutes, and Isaac's going to be coming up here. But I'm going to let you know right now, Maggie and Oyate know at the court, I always take a break. I go around the whole building and do a safety check, make sure everything's good. So I'm going to do that out here, too, in the casino. I'm going to be wandering around out there checking on you people. If I see you out there, I'm going to take your picture. So no, tonight, enjoy. Maybe you can win some money here. Maybe donate some money here. But again, mine all the way around, real beautiful opening like that. So take 10 minutes here and then come back. Then introduce Isaac Ahu. Okay, can I have your attention? I just made my rounds to the casino, so everyone's all good so far. So on the agenda, we had Isaac Smith was on the agenda, empowerment through spirituality, and Isaac was a former tribal council member. He's kind of my relation, and for whatever reason, he's running late or something happened, but we couldn't get home. So Al Pooley, Al's like me, snap of fingers, he's ready to get up and talk. And so Al's going to step in here, and I'm going to turn it over to Al, however he wants to talk. Then Al's on the agenda this afternoon too. And so if Isaac shows up, we might slip him in there. Otherwise, we're going to have Al say a few words again. And so Al Pooley, because he really needs no introduction. Like he's one of my heroes. I have Al Pooley's one of my heroes, and my other hero, Vern Lampert. He passed on now at the age of 85. Vern Lampert, he ran over 100 marathons in his life. At 70 years old, he went to Florida and played in the 70 and over nationals basketball with not just the native guys, but with all kinds of guys. And at 65, I was ready to go. Ran for that 65 and over here. Got the COVID. Now I can't even barely make a free throw now. So I haven't announced my retirement, but I have to maybe I'll start a slow break league or something. Anyway, Al Pooley, like I said, he's international. He's everywhere. He just has a heart of gold. He has sincere love for the people. Al Pooley, give him a round of applause.
Once again, it's so nice to be here. It's like coming home. I enjoy coming here. Is Vivian here by chance? I want to tell her how much I love that lady. Okay, good. As Terry mentioned, my name is Al. Actually, my real name is Albert Pooley, Albert Mark Pooley. And a little bit about who I am. I am half Navajo and half Hopi Indian. I was born and raised on the reservation. I went to boarding schools. I'm married to my dear wife, Julia. We're celebrating this year 52 years of marriage. I have 6 children and 16 grandkids. I'll be turning in a few more days here 74 years old, so I'm not a young kid anymore. I'm a therapist by profession. I'm a marriage and family therapist back in 1971. I've mainly worked with Native couples and families, and I used to teach at 3 universities. I've taught at the University of Utah. I've taught at Metropolitan State College in Denver, Colorado, and at the Graduate School of Social Work at Arizona State University. And when I was a therapist, I realized that some of the things I taught theories like Gestalt, psychocybernetics, reality therapy, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And so I'm familiar with all those theories. And a lot of that never really resonated with our Native people. There's a lot of good information in there, but it really didn't connect with our people. So I started to write my own book. That's why we have Fatherhood is Sacred, Motherhood is Sacred. First of all, I just worked with the fathers. I love working with Native men. I just love it. I'm not too good at working with children, although I raised 6 children of my own and 16 grandkids. You put me in a room full of kids, and I feel really nervous. I don't know. You put me in prison, I feel at home, okay? I feel good with these guys who are in prison, been in jail. I love it. But anyway, I started work just with men who were incarcerated and on the Salt River Indian Reservation. I started with one father. And then it grew from there. Now we work with over 250 tribes throughout North America. We have close to 1,900 facilitators. And we have never received any money from the federal government. We have gotten no grants. We've gotten no grants from the states. And let me tell you why. Not so much from the states, but the federal government. The federal government put us on the blacklist because we talk about the Creator and we talk about prayer. And they told me, Al, you can't talk about the Creator or prayer. And I remember I was a keynote speaker at a SAMHSA conference back in Washington, D.C. about 12 years ago. And they pulled me aside and they said, Mr. Pooley, can you do us a favor? And I said, sure. They said, can you please not mention anything about the Creator or prayer? And I said, sure, I can do that. And then one of them said, why don't you take them out of your curriculum? And I said, I can't do that. And I said, let me give you an example. I said, let's say a Martian came from Mars and he wanted to learn about the Earth. And you say, okay, we'll tell you anything about the Earth you want to learn, but we can't talk about water. And you can't talk about the ocean. You can't talk about lakes, rivers, streams, rain, snow. I said, you know what? Even we're over 50% water ourselves. I said, when you tell me that I can't talk about the Creator and prayer, I said, you know what? Among our Native people, we are of genocide. When you tell me that the Creator and prayer, that's another form of genocide, and I'll have nothing to do with it. As soon as I said the word genocide, they stopped talking just like that. And now it's grown. And now we're going to non-native communities. We have a program in Baltimore, Maryland that just serves African Americans. They use the Fatherhood Sacred Program, and they love it. We're now been asked to go to other countries. We've been working with the United Nations because this last year we couldn't go because of COVID. But there's countries in Africa, Southeast Asia that are interested in what we have to do. So I may want to solicit for some of you guys to go with me some of these times to go, because it's getting too big for me to handle. I mean, I still do it, but I can't travel like I used to. But let me tell you about what we say fatherhood is sacred, motherhood is sacred. Native people believe in the Creator. We believe in God. I believe that every living thing has a spirit. Every living thing has a spirit. Every flower, every tree, every insect, every animal. When the spirit and body come together, they form a union. That's your soul. A spirit and a body come together, that's your soul. A spirit needs a body, and a body needs a spirit. A spirit has certain limitations. A spirit, for an example, can't pick up this bottle, can't pick up this Coke. It needs a body to do it. A spirit can't have children. It needs a body to partner to have a child. Now, a body needs a spirit. When I was in high school, I had a summer job. You know what my summer job was? Was to thaw out dead bodies. I worked for the Indian Health Service. All I did was thaw out bodies. Then they just put them in freezers, and they'd come out all frozen up. And my job was to unfreeze them so we can dress them. I used to get hair dryers and try to thaw the process up. But when you look at a body, when the spirit's gone, it's just there. It's like this furniture. It has no life in it. You put a spirit to it, it has a body. Remember, when the spirit and body come together, that's the soul of man. They need each other. They need each other. So, you know what? We were spirits before we came to this earth. We were spirits before we came to this earth. We lived with our heavenly parents, yes. Not only do we have a heavenly father, we have a heavenly mother. And you know what? The moment you die, you will remember your heavenly parents just like that. Instantly. You know what? Our heavenly parents prepared us. Any loving parents prepared their children. When you go to earth, you're going to experience a lot of happiness and a lot of sorrow, a lot of pain. We knew we were going to have broken hearts. We knew we were going to have pain and sorrow. We knew that, but we still chose to come because we wanted to have a spirit and body come together. That was essential. You knew before you came here that you're going to have trials in your life. And you know something? You knew you could overcome them. You have the power to overcome them. Now, when we were spirits before we were born. When you die, your body goes into the ground and your spirit continues to live. You know why? Because half of you is perfect. I can't kill your spirit. I can't burn it. I can't freeze it. I can't shoot it. It's going to last forever. That's how perfect half of you is. Your body is not perfect. Maybe Terry thinks his body's perfect, but it's not. Okay. Your body's going to it's going to have limitations. Now, when you die, you're going to remember not only your heavenly parents, but you're going to remember your loved ones here on earth. You're going to remember your father and your mother, your brothers and your sisters, your friends. You're even going to remember your exes from Texas. You're not going to forget them. Now, you may have a career as a teacher, as an administrator, a police officer, a doctor, whatever. You may have a career for 20, 30, even 40 years, and then you retire. But guess what? You will never retire from being somebody's mother or someone's father. That's going to be for eternity. So yes, the two of the most sacred things on this earth is your role as a father and your role as a mother. And when you die, how many people here have lost parents in the past? Raise your hands. Most of you have. When you pass on, you're going to run to your parents. And they're going to run to you or their loved ones. Remember this. Fatherhood and motherhood are two of the most sacred things on this earth. And I always tell this story, so maybe facilitators got to bear with this story. There's a guy named Matthew Emmons who went to the Olympics in Athens, Greece in 2002, I think it was. And he had already won 2 gold medals. Excuse me. And he was going for his 3rd gold medal. And he got up to shoot. And all the crowd was just really anticipating, because if he shot bullseye, he'd win the gold medal, 3rd gold medal. He got up and he shot, and he hit bullseye, and everybody, yay, yelling because he got. And the field judge had a big white flag, and he goes like this, like, stop shooting. And the field judge said, what's the problem? The field judge said, I'm sorry, Mr. Emmons, but you're disqualified. He said, what are you talking about? I just hit the bullseye. And the field judge says, yes, you did hit the bullseye, but you're standing in lane 3, and you shot the target in lane 2. You shot the wrong target. You're disqualified. Mr. Emmons was so upset with himself, so upset with himself, that there was a spectator up in the audience that saw how bad he felt. Well, after the thing was over, she went down and introduced herself to comfort him. Well, today that's his wife. That's the rest of the story. Now, let's go back to him missing the target. He shot the wrong target, and he was disqualified. A lot of us Native Americans have done that. We've said this mountain's sacred, this river's sacred, this burial ground's sacred, these feathers are sacred, these animals, eagles, buffalo, yes, they are sacred. They are sacred, there's no question about that. But we have shot the wrong target. The most sacred thing on this earth is your role as a father and your role as a mother. There's nothing more sacred than that in the entire world. We got to bring that message back to our people. I have learned that when a man and woman really understand their role as a father and mother to be sacred, they are self-motivated to change their life and to improve themselves. Because someday we're going to be accountable not only to the Creator as a father and mother, but we'll be accountable to our forefathers. Because our forefathers sacrificed and suffered for their posterity, us. Do we have a mother in this room? One mother. Raise your hand. Let's pick on, who's the oldest? Well, I don't want to see who's the oldest mother, but let me pick on a mother. Let's pick. Okay. Again, what's your name? I forgot your name again. Elizabeth. Yes, I love Elizabeth because she was the first one to fund Terry Medina to come to the training program. She worked for the DV program, right? You're in charge of it, right? Elizabeth. Let's say, do you have any children, Elizabeth? What's your oldest child's name? Okay. What's your name? Mark. My son's name Mark, too. If you were to tell your mom, how can I pay you back, Mom? You've done all these wonderful things for me. You raised me. You loved me. He says, Mom, how can I pay you back? Your mom probably would say this. I want you to become a good, decent, honorable, courageous man. Well, what about I give you a Pendleton blanket? What if I give you 2 Pendleton blankets and 2 star quilts? She wants you to be a good, decent, honorable, courageous man. Am I right? That's all she wants. That's all she wants that's all our mom and dads want from us. That's all they want. And we have learned, when you really understand, not know, knowledge rarely changes people. You know that? Have you ever heard someone drinking? You say, you shouldn't drink, you should get a job. They say, I know, I know, I know. And they do know. They do know. But you have to make people feel. That's how change takes place. You got to make them feel. That's how you fall in love. You know what? As a therapist, it's easier to fall out of love than it is to fall in love. Did you know that? It really is. And some people are not in love with each other, but they just live together. But you know who knows that? Their children know that. You can't fool children. Now, we got to bring back the sanctity of our role as father and mother. And we will change our people. We will change our people. And guess who's going to, I tell people I'll talk about this a little bit later on. Let's talk about womanhood. The most sacred thing on this earth, the most sacred creation of the Creator is not the earth. The most sacred creation of the Creator is womanhood. Why woman? Because it is through a woman that life is renewed. I'm sorry a man can't give birth, only a woman. I'm sorry Bruce Jenner can't have children. I'm sorry. A woman has to give birth. It is through a woman that she sustains life. She gives the baby the breast. I don't care, there's some men that have pretty big breasts, but they don't have no milk in their breast. It is through a woman that she beautifies the earth. You go to a man's apartment, has a TV and a clicker and a chair. You bring a woman there, she put flowers, pictures, clutter the whole place up. But she beautifies earth. She beautifies the life of a man. Every time a woman brings a new life into this earth, she gives birth, she brings purity and innocence back to this earth. She does. Women, I want you to understand you are precious, 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 and I literally mean that. And our men have to understand that. The greatest creation of the Creator is womanhood. Now, the strongest thing on this earth is not armies, are not politicians, are not gangbangers. The strongest thing on this earth is the soft, tender heart of a loving, and I emphasize now, caring mother. Not just a loving mother, but a caring mother. Why do I say that? I was reading some accounts when our men were during World War II that were landing on the beaches of Normandy, Iwo Jima, and all those wars. And these men that were dying, they were wounded on the beaches. They were crying. What were they crying for? For their mothers. For their mothers. These grown men were crying for their mothers. Women, understand how powerful you are. Mothers are the secret weapon to turn our people around. It's not the psychologists. It's not the police officers. It's mothers. It's the tender, caring heart of a loving and caring mother. And I tell people, I'm teaching you what you already know. I'm just bringing back an old message to you. That's all I'm doing. I want all women, whether you have children or not, I want all women to develop the heart of a loving and caring mother, because there is nothing on this earth that is stronger than that. Sometimes we can't recognize it, but who knows that? Are the children. When a children is sick, hungry, scared, they just want who? Their moms. That's all they want. Women, quit trying to be like men. Be a mother. Be a woman. You're the secret weapon. Mothers are the secret weapon to turn our people around. And our men better understand that. Our men, our Native women must feel safe among our Native men. That's the real traditional way. You must feel safe among Native men. And I'm bringing that message to our Native men. Our Native women must feel safe and comfortable when they come in the company of our Native men, because we protect things that are sacred. The greatest creation of this Creator is womanhood. The most powerful weapon on this earth is a tender heart of a loving and caring mother. And yes, fatherhood is sacred. And yes, motherhood is sacred. Two of the most sacred things on this earth. And guess who know that? Our children. Our children really understand that. We as adults don't. You know what? There are some parents that take better care of their dancing and regalia than do their own kids, and they call themselves traditional. I'm pretty direct with people. If you call yourself traditional and you abandon your kids, you walk away from your kids, or you run away from them, don't call yourself traditional. Don't do it. We have been given the responsibility from the Creator to watch over our children. And that's a powerful, powerful responsibility. But you know what, something? The most difficult thing you will ever do in your life, this is the truth. The hardest thing you'll ever do in your life is to raise a family. It's the hardest, because you know what? Kids change like this. One minute they're crying, next minute they're laughing, next minute they're fighting, next minute they're playing. Ooh, and then they grow up. It's just, you got to understand that. So it takes respect. And some people are afraid, so they walk away from it. It's easier to sing a song than take care of your children. It really is. Some people run away from it because the responsibility is too great. But you know what? It's never late. It's never too late to turn around and go back. Children want and need both parents. They want and need both parents. And you know what? We need to tell the world that. We as Native people need to stand bold together and say, we respect and honor motherhood and fatherhood. In fact, fatherhood and motherhood are honorable and noble professions, because you're going to carry that on in after you die. You're still going to be someone's mother, and you're still going to be someone's father. It's an honorable and noble profession to be a father and a mother. It's true. And I'm teaching you Native American 101. And it's never, ever too late to become a good father and mother. I love going to prisons, and I tell those men, they call themselves, they have different names to themselves. Some people call themselves warriors. What was the other thing they call themselves? Come on now, I was in North Dakota. I went to the prison there one year. It was in January. February. It's cold outside. They call them chiefs. Chiefs. And I said, I'd like to see your Native men. Did you know I'm telling you? In North Dakota, almost 15-60% of the population are Native people, the whole state of North Dakota. But the prison population exceeds 51%. Can you believe that? And it's even higher for women. I know when I was in prison, I went to those men. I said, can I see some of your Native men? These men kept coming in. Man, what are you guys doing in here? They act all tough and buff. I said, you know what? Let me tell you something. Last week, there was a young Native man, a boy. He froze to death in your state, a Native boy. Here in prison, you have a place to eat, a warm place, food, place to sleep, and you call yourself warriors? Yes, you are warriors, but when you get out of this prison, you better fight for your families. You know why? That's the biggest fight you're going to face in your entire life, is to keep our families together. It's not against the government or the white man, or it's about keeping our families together. That's the biggest fight you're going to have on your entire life, because our Native families are breaking up. They're being scattered. Our kids are being raised in foster homes, group homes, in jails, on the streets, or in prison. And we call ourselves warriors and chiefs. Come on, guys. You are men, Native men, honorable men. You come from royalty. You come from greatness. We better turn our people around. That's why we need the support of our women. Because you know what? When we have the support and the endorsement of our Native women, you stand stronger and bolder as a man. And we got to bring that message back to our people. If we're going to save our people, quit looking for the government to help. Quit looking for agencies to help. Let's get fathers and mothers directly involved in the lives of their children. That's the secret. You know what? We'll tell the world this message. I love our Native people. I love going to work with Native men. I love taking it. I can't tell. I just love Native men. When they get the message, they turn and they inspire me every single day. They really do. Native men are just the best people to work with. And if they've been in prison, I love it. If you've been to prison, I love it because they will change their lives. I mean it. I tell our Native men this: what you need is a good woman behind you, a woman that believes in you, that loves you, depends on you, and your children the very same way. I hate to tell you, but I'm not a preacher. I'm just an old reservation guy that loves our people. I really love our people. And if you've been in prison, my heart goes out to you. I love you too. If you've been divorced 2-3 times, I love you, all of you. But I'm just trying to say we need to gather together as a people and help our children. Our children need a responsible father in their lives, and they need a responsible mother in their lives. They don't need caseworkers. They don't need social workers. They don't need counselors. They need moms and dads. And that's the message we bring from our program. Is my time up? I can keep talking about. I can keep talking. Is there any questions that I have said that has anybody had questions so far? I'm going to tell you about one thing. Remember, we are basically this. We were spirits before we came to this earth. When we die, okay. Actually, you know what what we are is that we are spiritual beings having a earthly or a mortal experience. That's what we are. We are spiritual beings having a earthly or mortal experience. This is how we define spirituality in our program. Spirituality is a language. At one time, we were all fluent at that language. The people that really understand that language are little children. They're the most spiritual people on this earth. Some people say they're spiritual, but they're not. I can say that because I was born and raised on the reservation. I had a relative that everybody said, oh, he's so spiritual. Oh. All he was a child molester. That's what he was. But he had the whole world faked out, tricked. He went to Australia, New Zealand, Asia, giving the appearance that he's a really spiritual man. He had 5 children. 3 of his children would not even talk to him because they knew what he was really like behind closed doors. Don't be fooled, people. The most spiritual people on this earth are little children. You know why? Because their hearts are soft, tender, and open, and their minds are clear and clean. They can feel the spirit of so many things. They can feel the spirit of goodness. They can feel the spirit of evil. But as we grow older, we begin to shut our mind and our heart because sometimes we get to defend ourselves. We may have bad parents, bad neighbors, and they hurt us. In fact, in my class on domestic violence, I say most people are not sick. We do have some people that are sick, that's called mental illness, but most people are not sick. Most people have been hurt. And if you don't take care of that hurt, it quickly turns to anger. Boom. And some people have an anger issue. If you don't take care of that anger, it turns to resentment. Get out of my face. I'm out of here. Leave me alone. Resentment. If you don't take care of that resentment, it turns to the next stage called hatred and revenge. When you get to that stage of hatred and revenge, you're starting to hold hands with the devil. You really are. There's one final stage, and that's called evil. What evil is a mindset, a constant mindset of how can I bring you down? How can I destroy you? And all evil people are not ugly. Some are very beautiful and very handsome. They're very charismatic. Oh, they're so nice people. And they'll knock us off balance. But little children can detect who's good and who's bad. Sometimes we're fooled because we invite them into our lives, invite them into our homes, not knowing that. But I want to tell you this, that we can change as a people when we invite the Creator into our lives. Because you know why? The master healer is the Creator, it's God. He's the master healer. And I'm just telling you something you already know. One thing about prayer, it's powerful. And yes, many of our songs are prayers, many of our dances are prayers. But there's only one requirement in prayer I teach my people. One requirement in prayer. You don't have to have things. My people use corn pollen. They call it catatin in Navajo. Nothing wrong with corn pollen. Nothing wrong with sage, cedar, tobacco, or a cross. There's only one requirement of prayer, is that are your words from the heart? Are they sincere? If they're from the heart, I can promise you the Creator will listen to you. He will. He loves you, and He'll talk to your spirit. If it's soft, tender, and open, and your mind is clear and clean, you will hear these things. He's not going to yell at you. He'll just feel it. He'll just feel it. Some people call it your personal radar. I don't care what you call it. You'll just know. And when you really are spiritual, when you really, you know what? You're not easily fooled. As a therapist, I've seen this happen. I've seen a woman married to a man 33 years, and she lived off his lies for 33 years. Finally, one day she woke up. She said, what have I been doing for 33 years? She lived off his lies for 33 years. When you really are spiritual, you will not easily be fooled. Because you know why? When you're spiritual, you are looking for the truth. And sometimes science can also be untruthful. Science, religions can be untruthful. Even traditions can be untruthful. Even your own spouse can be untruthful. It is our personal responsibility to determine what is truth. And if you don't know, do it the old native way. Ask him, ask him, ask him. And he'll let you know. And you know what it does? It takes courage to approach the Creator. Sometimes the only time people approach the Creator is when they're in front of a judge. Oh, please, Lord, help me with this one. Native people are a praying people. We pray at good times, we pray at bad times. We pray all the time. We're Native people. And don't ever doubt your beliefs that there isn't a God, there is one. And He loves you, and He knows you, and He's there to protect you, and He's there to answer questions. Always. I see the food's coming out pretty soon, but let me say one thing. Tell you the importance of family. How many of you here lost any family members this past year? I've lost 7 family members this past year. 2 first cousins, like brothers and sisters, an auntie, mother, my younger brother, my younger sister, and most of all, my little girl. She was a cop for 19 years. She died last year. I lost 7 close family members this past year. And yes, it was hard. I had my moments. I cry. But you know what? When you lose somebody, it should be a reminder. It should remind you just how important families really are, if nothing else. Family is the core of our people. It's the heart of our culture. And we should never, ever lose that. And death should be a good reminder of the importance of how important families are. And I'm teaching you, talking to you about what you already know. It's nothing new. It's nothing new. And your role as a father and mother are indeed sacred above anything else. And if you don't believe it, ask your kids. And the best example I can give you is this. If you had all those eagle feathers held by our great native leaders, spiritual leaders, and our war leaders, Geronimo, Sitting Bull, Macomska, all those guys, your spiritual leaders here in Winnebago, Santee. But all those eagle feathers on the wall, against the wall, and boy, that'd be all so spiritual. Be so priceless, priceless. And you bring your little child, and you put him next to those eagle feathers, say to your children, children, would you rather have all those eagle feathers held by our great leaders for the past 500 years? They are priceless. They're worth a lot of money. And you put a little 2-year-old kid next to those eagle feathers, and you ask the kid, now kid, would you rather have your mother or father or those eagle feathers? They will always, always pick their parents. You can't fool children. But we as adults can be fooled sometimes. We must make every effort to become good, decent, honorable, courageous fathers and mothers. Because you know what? That's what families need today. Because our families are being broken and scattered all over the country. So I'm glad you're here. I want to thank the casino for inviting us to come. LaDonna, this guy over here, I love this guy over here. I won't mention his name, but you know who he is, okay? He's a good man. Trust him. I want to thank you once again for letting me come. I'll be talking more this afternoon about some other things. But anyway, again, please come up and introduce yourself. I'd love to get to know of you. Travis, it's good to see you here. Other people. So with that, I'll close, okay? Thank you.
I'm going to tell just a real quick Al Pooley story. And I traveled with Al, everywhere. And one time, I think we was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or Washington, D.C., I can't remember, but we joke around here. Al got real serious. Terry, I'm going to tell you something, please. What happens on the road stays on the road. So trying to shut my mouth. But no, Al was telling us a story last night. It really made me laugh last night, boy. We was in the Kasu and had like a triple prime rib mount. Jeez, Chester made me proud last night, man. Anyway, Al said, yeah, I said, my office, they take care of me. I don't know where I'm going to go this time. You're going to be here. You're going to be there. So Al said, Al, you're going to Atlanta, Georgia. What am I going to do over there? Al was a keynote speaker at the National Breastfeeding Conference in Atlanta, Georgia. And Al said, gee, Christmas. So I went there. She said, boy, there's a lot of women of color there. A lot of those women are really blessed. Really blessed. So Al got up there, he's giving his talk and talking about motherhood, going on and on. And they asked him a question at the end of his speech. Al said, I'm not going to tell you, but if anyone wants, I'm going to be giving free breast exams after this. Here, gee, that's the whole line of the people lining up, boy. So Al had to kind of cut him off. So he made me laugh last night telling that story because, see, people trust Al. They follow him. Then he talked about the Spirit. I always tell that story. I was in Arizona Mills on a Sunday. You ever go to Phoenix, man? Geez, it's little Mexico. And Mexican people everywhere. They come out of church, little bitty Mexican girl just dressed up real nice. 2 years old. She's kind of playing hide and seek with her. And all of a sudden, kind of like that, kind of put my arms out. Geez, come running right in my arms. The mother turned around. They looked at me. They looked at each other. They was making the sign of the cross. Oh, my God, she never goes to anyone. Never. There she was. Felt that spirit, right? Then, if I was that evil spirit, she would have ran away. So that spirituality is real, and Al said it no better than anyone. Those children feel it. They embrace it. So when I talk Friday, my spirituality empowerment talk, or even LaDonna said, empowerment through spirituality, it's going to be my wife, she kind of my hero, she helps me out. So now Now I had to put together a PowerPoint so I could keep on track. Otherwise, I talk all afternoon. So the food's back there, and then my elder brother, Randy Decor, walked in the room here, and I want to give him a blessing. Randy is, I told Randy I'm gonna get the Sioux City Journal, maybe Indian Country Today, do a special on him. Randy is our truancy officer, 67 years old, not too long ago, about a month and a half ago. Randy, come and get me. T, you need your help. Go track down juvenile. I have to take him into custody. Well, I start laughing. Geez, I barely got out of the car. Randy's right way ahead of me. I said, geez, two old guys trying to catch a youth it'll never happen. But Randy, he snaps his fingers. T, I need you. He loves those children. Those children love Randy. They respect him. They trust him. And so he took time to come over here. I tried to send Randy to Arizona one year. I tried to send him here and there. Man, he just can't leave the kids. Thinks the school's going to burn down if he's not there. But he come out here to enjoy a meal. He brought his lovely wife, Lisa. And so, Randy, can you help me out here, bro? Maybe say a word and then offer up a good prayer here for this food. Ho.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Al. Nice seeing you. I think with your words every day, I try to talk to parents about being good mothers, good fathers. And today I came over here, I wanted to come talk to you because I found out when working for the tribe, we have all kind of laws called like CPS, child in need of care, child in need of supervision. We have truancy. I'm trying to develop a parenting code. We need to develop something for our parents to learn what it is to be good parents. And my talk to you is going to be at a young age. I understand that if we can teach them when they're 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, all the way up, I need some type of curriculum for them because children come in my office. One of them said to me one day, they said, how come adults don't talk to us more? Because some of them don't have anybody to talk to them. It's not their fault. But if we had a nice curriculum, like good parents would tell them how to be a good parent, how to be a good dad, we can change a lot in their life. But I just wanted to make mention of that. That's why I kind of wanted to come see you. But again, thank you, Terry. Bear along with me. I pray like my father prays. Dear Lord, come to you in a word of prayer today and ask you, say thank you to you for all the blessings you give us each and every day. Love, caring, understanding, respect, all those good things that make life worth living. Say thank you to you. And then today, bless everybody here. Bless all the people that come from near and far when they go home. Keep the roads open for them. Everybody here has worries and concerns. Help them today. Make that a little bit better for them. And then bless our leadership on all of our reservations here in Nebraska, that they can continue to help with this issue of fatherhood and motherhood. And then, dear Lord, I want to say bless our mourners. We had a real rough couple weeks here at Winnavegas that you can help them along. And then, dear Lord, bless our soldier boys and soldier girls in the 4 directions, because no doubt somebody is standing there with a rifle on guard duty, and that somebody is thinking of them. And bless our police officers, our firefighters, and our EMT people, because they're always in harm's way. And then also bless our people that are behind bars, that somebody is thinking of them and praying for them, that when they come home, things can be better for them. And things will be better if you put your healing hand upon them and they think about you. And then, dear Lord, once again, once I start praying to you, I want to go on and on, but I'm going to end my prayer right there. I say all these things in your son's name, Jesus, amen.
Okay, with that, I think the table's been set back there. And okay, so it's 10 after 12. So on the agenda, we're gonna take a break here until 1 o'clock. And okay, at 1 o'clock, Judge Van Polo is gonna be here, so it'll be real good. So Maybe elders can go first, and maybe some of the young ones want to wait on the elders. So we'll have the elders go first. So everyone can jump in line. Ho!